welcome to my favorite groomer. What's up? This pup dog we have today, wow, he is so sweet. His name is Oso. He's oh so sweet. This is a new client, and I think he is a Shih Tzu Yorkie in my opinion, but I want you, while we're grooming today, to tell us what breed you think he is, because even the pet parent said he is not a Yorkie poo. She's not sure. She's not sure, okay? Pet parent is here in the lobby. Everyone say hi, pet parent. Thanks for letting us record and put you on our YouTube and our TikTok and Facebook Live. Pet parent can engage, and she is a busybody. She is a wonderful lady, full-time student, working full-time. So I was going to say teacher for some reason. It's in my head. If you want to be a teacher, go to Texas Teacher, teachertexas.org.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's real. Okay, anyways, they're hiring. Everywhere's hiring. She's a full-time student, and she works full-time. So a busybody like that, right? Who all out there, right? Works full-time student. Anybody else suffering? So when I first started grooming, I learned how to groom at PetSmart. When I first started grooming, I was in college as well. And I was doing a 4-year degree, and I wanted to do it full-time because I felt like I had just enjoyed myself in the military, and I didn't go to do as much school as I should have while I was in the military. So what is it called when you teach yourself a lesson? Who teaches themselves lessons? When they mess up, they teach themselves lessons. So I taught myself a lesson. I said, hey, if you want to go join the military and have a blast traveling the world and you didn't go to school, guess what you're going to do? You're going to finish your 4-year degree in 2 years. You're going to double time it until you finish your degree in 2 years. I finished a bachelor's in 2 years. So I can tell you right now, I know exactly what it's like to be busy and working full-time. Busy and working full-time. So those of you guys out there being lazy, don't be lazy. Busy, working full-time. Okay? Full-time student, full-time teacher. Anybody else out there? Don't be lazy. Life's going to pass you by. Okay? Get up and do what you need to do, but let's do it, and let's do it together. Here we go. We are going to do everything from bath, brush, ears, nails, haircut. But since we've got a busy student and a full-time worker as a pet parent, she is too busy, and she has 3 dogs, okay? She's loving her animals. The best kind of haircut for that animal is a short haircut. Why? Why do you say that, Dee Dee? Because you don't have to brush for months. Right? Also, you could just enjoy the cuteness of the look for like 3 to 4 months. If you want to push it, you could do 6 months more. But why? Why do a short haircut? So you can spend time enjoying your dog rather than brushing. Not that brushing is not enjoyable. But screw all the brushing and just enjoy. Go play ball for a while. Don't brush every day for 45 minutes. Go play ball for a while. You know what I mean? Have fun with your dogs. Enjoy your dogs. But in her case, busy student, full-time worker. Here we go. All right, I'm going to try a couple different blades today. One of them, I'm not going to tell you which ones I'm going to try. Just know that we're going to do a 10 blade. But I'm going to try some 10 blades that you don't even know of right now, okay? I don't usually sell them, and I don't usually use them. But I'm going to try a couple different 10 blades, and if I like them, I'll offer them for sale. If I don't like them, you won't even know. You won't even know the difference. But if I don't like something, I do not sell it at myfavoritegroomer.com. So if it doesn't make the cut, it comes and goes real fast, because I cannot handle product that's crap, okay? Every company is going to make a product that's mediocre to the rest of their line, just to make sure that they can grab the sales of a $10 sale versus a $60 sale. Every line. From Husky tools to your grass cutters, your lawn mowers, everything. Dishes, dish soap, every single product is going to have a cheap line for you who don't want to pay or can't pay a fortune for something. So let's check out this 10 blade I'm going to try right now. So we're going to do a 10 blade all over the body, all right? This is called, what I like to say, when they say short haircut, I'm like, it's a military short shave. Okay, military haircut. You can also call it what you want to call it, but if we're going to do a short haircut all over, that's what we're going to do. Short military cut. As soon as I say that, a lot of the owners know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're gonna do 10 all over. Here we go. I'm gonna start, I like to start, you guys know, I like to start at the base of the neck here, right around the groom loop. Little love there, love, love, love. This is a brand new blade. I'm not gonna tell you the brand I'm using. I'll tell it to you later if I end up carrying it, but this is a 2-speed. I'm actually using my 2-speed as well, which I can definitely tell there's a little bit of difference in the cut. Speed, I mean, the speed of the cut. Okay, hold on, my bad. Let's also put ourselves on a timer. Okay, here we go. Oh, really? Who remembers his name? Anybody remember his name? Oh, so. You know, it got kind of cool here yesterday in the evening, here in Texas. It got down to the 80s. And for us Texans, you know, the 80s just feel like the 50s. No wonder they started selling winter clothes a week ago. But in the morning, it was back to 90. Anybody out there live in Texas too? So some of this down here we want to do with the pet standing. So once I get to a point where I need them standing, I need them standing. But right now I'm going to work around everything else. So this is just showing you that the 2-speed I sell will do the work. But since I like to go a little faster, I'm going to pull out the brand new 10 blade I'm trying, which is, by the way, warm already. And I'm going to pull out my 5-speed. If you want a 5-speed, we have them. The blue one's my favorite. So I got one pink one right now and a lot of blue ones. So if you need a 5-speed, check us out, myfavoritegroomer.com. Were you able to set up out front?
Mm-hmm.
Let me come around the front, check his neck here. Hi, baby. Hi, look up for me.
Justin Center Rose.
Thank you so much, Justin. We'll come back and work the feet after we do the whole body. Some of y'all getting snow out there on the East Coast already, huh? You got static in the air. Make sure you use some water. Moisture in the air. You can get a diffuser as well. I don't need that one. Unless there's a reason why you're doing that. I'm not sure how you guys look right here.
It's fine, I got it.
You guys don't want to look on that side the whole time, do you? gonna come back over there. Alright, some of you guys only have one blade, right? You can use your coolant to cool down your blade like this as well. Okay? I would wear your face mask while you clean your blades. I would also wear your face mask while you're grooming so you're not breathing in all the hair. This is still warm deep in the metal, I can feel that, so I'm going to switch out to a different tin blade. Alright, so now we want him to stand up a minute. Those of you guys who have the dog up stand product, you can try your small, your mini, and your plus. So I'm going to see how tall he is compared to that. That's the mini. See, that just helped him immediately stand up and stay stood up, right? So really that other blade got hot within 5 to 7 minutes. Cause, and we're working on this one now, a couple minutes. Are you making noises? You making noises up there? Right there, I like to go under that nub. When I first started grooming, no one said go under the nub. I would always leave like a little bush under that. No one was really clear about that. So I just take it all off these days. No one was real clear. Just take it all off under there. Or you're going to come back with your scissor and scissor it anyway. Hold on, don't lick. Those are licking chomps. I'm not gonna mess with your foot right now. I'm still doing your armpit. Up, up, up. Let me see. Let me see. You know, when I started touching the feet, he did kind of make those noises at that time. Maybe he don't like some stuff, so I gotta keep my guard up. I'm gonna do this side for a while.
The back side?
Right here and then right here. Her parents said she's keeping the tail here where the poo, you know, can get stuck. She's keeping that pretty short. She said leave the tail, so we'll leave the tail. You guys supposed to give me some warnings. What are you guys seeing up front? I'm hearing a lot of yawning. What are you guys hearing? Okay, I couldn't even go back. Let me see here. Yeah, I can actually go back to that first blade I told you I was going to try out. So we're going to switch back to that. It's pretty cool now. So I spent about 6-7 minutes on that. So I do know you want to sit down, but I also need you to know I need you to stand up.
Oops.
So I'm going to get my small dog up stand. Up. I'm going to adjust the saddle. Up. Up. Pivot it like that a little bit. Make sure everything's tucked up. No, 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 no. Wait, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Right there, stay there for me. Stay there. You're all right. You see this one? You put your foot down. There you go. And put your foot down. There you go. Good boy. You actually want to get off. I see. This sucker, the first blade, he gets hot fast. Let me see if you guys are on here. Let me see this. Alright, this blade that I'm trying out right here, it gets hot really fast. Okay? Oh, and this other blade, it cuts way faster than that other blade. Like there's too much metal. Sorry you guys, sorry, I'm doing gotta make some self notes over here. With this, when I try stuff out, I need to know what I'm selling and why. the pet owner out there. I was like, "Do you have TikTok? You know, YouTube, all this shit." I got her so busy out there. She's like, "Oh, TikTok too? Okay, okay." Can I see your face? Look up. There you go. Let me get this arm right here. Wait, pick it up now. Alright, I'm going to take a 2 guard, I'm going to go reverse. If you don't know what the 2 guard is, you can use a 3/8 inch. We're going to go reverse on the head. So we're going to come back here, all that, with that's going to go all with the 10. It can go right about there under the chin here. Hep, 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 hep. Good. Check your heat first. It's too hot. The guard on there is okay, but it's too hot to go back. This is the other blade I'm using, and you'll see, I don't know if you can tell. I'm gonna just tell you, I don't know if you can actually tell. But it doesn't cut as fast as the other blade I was just using. Oh, he has fleas. I kept thinking, did you guys see me itching myself right here? I was like, is something biting me?
You serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Did you guys just see him crawling? He came up out of the coat here. see him. I swear he was just there. Do you have fleas? I'm gonna come back in a second.
Right there on his elbow.
You see it? You see it right there?
Is it moving?
It was. It was moving.
Oh, yep, it's moving.
I want to say,
Gone now.
man, those suckers just disappear like in the ocean and everything. How are they so fast? I'm just like, hopefully he didn't jump off yet.
He's still there somewhere.
I'll have this handy for a second.
Want me to wait here so you can go?
Not really, hold on a second. Let me just finish off the neck and everything.
Let me go get that stuff.
We can do it.
Okay.
The flea button has been pushed.
Alright, just leave that there. Get all this up.
Alright, let's flip over to our 40 blade. And do the pads here. Come back to this. that?
He's on flea prevention.
Wow.
So,
She has to switch it up. It's time to switch it up now. And like I tell every other client that has the same issue, if they're on a flea preventative and there's fleas on the dog, then that is not working right now. And so you could switch it back and forth, but you definitely want to switch off now, try something different for a while, and then maybe be able to come back to it later. But since you have other dogs in the house and this dog has fleas, I would say that usually where there's one, there's more. And you can refer your veterinarian right to this video. You can say, hey, she literally is catching fleas on my dog right while she's grooming. So if because a lot of times it's like a pharmaceutical, you know, they get free stuff all the time. So you can go in there with the video and say, hey, you're armored with the video, right? Armed with the video, you walk in there and say, hey, my dog has fleas. This is what I had to do. This and that. This is how much I have left of the stuff you guys sold me. This is not working. I'd like to switch it out. And then maybe they can do it for free because something, like I said, it's like a pharmaceutical company. They get free promo stuff all the time. Veterinarians are doctors, so they get the same thing. Alright, let's not turn around. Let's not do that, okay? We're gonna stay here a second, alright? I know this is frustrating for you too. Alright? Okay. This is gonna be pretty quick, but, it's up to you.
that's fine.
Cause the backs is not that, their backs are ground down like he jumps a lot. But the fronts, they're definitely down. No. to,
Is he getting back?
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I wanna do. So usually with fleas, we usually stop what we're doing. We actually usually don't finish the groom. We let them go fix the fleas and then come back. But I'm finishing the groom. I just don't believe we're gonna bathe him today. Trying to see, I'm trying to wait to see him at the end of the day, how many fleas we end up kinda seeing. Flea eggs can last up to 3 years without hatching, so anything that falls on my floor or gets blow dried around the salon. And for the type of grooming we do, senior, disabled, and aggressive, the last thing you wanna do is share fleas with other dogs. You just don't wanna do that. So I have to think of other people, not myself, when it comes to a dog that comes in with fleas. Like, it's not someone's fault, it's just with that in mind, what do you do, right? So I've been grooming 18 years, and I don't plan on starting where the client comes here and gets fleas. That's not gonna happen. We don't want that to happen. I don't want your dog to come into a grooming and go home with fleas. So you start to do business how you wanna do business, which is, this is my business. And so if I see fleas, just like when I went to a barber, you know, and we talked about this, I don't need to explain myself, but I am telling some of you newbies, new followers, kind of why. Cause you're standing there watching now, and I'm here, so why not? So since he has fleas, it's not my job, no offense, it's not your job either to pick every flea off. Sometimes I have the time to do that, and sometimes we go ahead and pick a lot of them off so you can I can show you. But he does not have 1,000 fleas on him. Like, remember Prince, he had 1,000 fleas or 2,000 fleas on him. So many fleas that you can't even capture them. They're flying off the table, and that requires me, my rules, right? My salon, my rules, that requires me to shut down my business for the day and for the next day. So, or it depends. Like that day, I think I came back live and I said, okay, I came back at 6 in the morning. Try to figure out why I have these tricks, and I told you all those tricks on that live feed, so if you miss a live feed, you miss some tricks. We did some tricks on to find out if there's any fleas at 6 in the morning. So there wasn't any fleas, so we continued, but we have to spray some very harsh chemicals to make sure there's no fleas the next day. And in spraying those harsh chemicals, I believe in I'm not gonna say anything, but I have my own beliefs. So if I'm gonna work around pesticide, then it's more dangerous for my job, for me. So usually I wouldn't finish a dog, I would just say, hey, we can't finish, you know. But we're gonna finish the groom. But I don't believe we're gonna do the bath today. There's a couple reasons for that. Does anybody know any reasons for that? There's a couple reasons for that, because one, if you go home and use a topical, I'm just gonna speak for myself, this is my channel, my business, I'm just gonna tell you, and I've been grooming 18 years, I'm just gonna speak for myself. I'm not gonna sit here and try to defend myself, I'm just gonna speak for myself, okay? If you go home and do a topical on the back today, you can't if I bathe the dog. You need to wait 3 days, or it's not gonna work. Again, I'm speaking for myself with all the experience I have and the type of experience I do have. So if she were to go, and I'm not sitting here trying to figure out what topical she's using or what brand she's using, that's not my job. And I don't want to get involved because I just want to say, hey, you do need something, right, that works, and this is not working. So you need to check with your vet, and then her vet and her can decide what's best for her pet. Or because there's so many things on the market. And depending on what vet she goes to, they're not going to carry all of them. Did you know that? They don't carry everything on the market. They carry what they believe in, they want to carry, or what they get promos to carry. Yep, there's the thing called promos. If I sell this many of this, I get this much benefit, right? There's promos in a lot of things, okay? That's how people do business. Okay. So if she has a topical on the back, I wouldn't want to do a bath today. I would want her to go home and straight do the topical. Some topicals are like Frontline, another one. Some topicals you need to read. You need to read it. So many people come in and don't even know what they're doing for their pet. Don't even know what they're giving their pet. Don't even know nothing. Okay. About, do you know exactly? Like, do you know what's in that stuff and why and all that stuff? Probably not. I went to that barber, she said if you have lice and you come in, you're trashing your brush, right? So here, I'm not gonna brush with every brush I have, but I had to trim, so I'm gonna brush with this one. Any eggs that you're gonna get in your environment can last up to 3 years without hatching. I cannot even exaggerate that enough, alright? You moaning, you don't like it? You don't like it? Okay. You're so silly. You got all these moans. You get all these talkings. And to finish talking about that, so you do a bath, right? We do a bath. Well, the bath, if you did a flea shampoo bath, only kills fleas on the dog in the environment. It doesn't even do nothing for the environment, but once the dog goes back to its environment, it only lasts 24 hours. And that kind of, the stuff that you use, the shampoo, the flea shampoo, all that, it's really harsh. What's not harsh when it comes to fleas? Nothing. The stuff that's essential oil may not work full time for you. We tried it on that cat we rescued. Oh my goodness, it did not work. Did not even do anything for it, the cat. Like there was no option other than to do what I needed to do with the different product. Now if you pick up a rescue, then you have no choice. We're just gonna pull some of this ear hair out here. And you wanna smell that? It's kind of dusty. This ear powder is gonna help me get a grip. It's not gonna numb anything or make anything feel any better. It's just gonna help me get a grip on in a really dirty or waxy ear. Clean this here. You smell? Yeah. Clean this one. Well, that's looking good there. Yes, it is. You stand up. Lay down. No one lay down.
He's falling asleep.
Would you mind staying monitoring for just a second? Let me spray my hand.
Don't jump, don't jump. Here she comes.
All right, so what we found out was, so this is what's really important is, you know, gosh, I wish veterinarians were like this too, right? You're a veterinarian. If you have a great veterinarian, be sure be sure to say thank you. But a lot of veterinarians that I've been to don't do this, right? I went out there, I talked to the pet parent, the owner of the dog, and I asked her what she needed, what she wanted to do, what her thoughts are, where she wanted to be. This is her dog. So she's watching and she could stop me at any minute. All grooms that we can do, they can stop me at any minute. They can come in, they can help, they can wear a mask and help. But you have to listen on this end. You can't be offended. If you're a groomer and you're offended by somebody giving you feedback, what they need or what they want, then then reevaluate. She actually wants this shorter here, so we're going to take this down shorter on top above the eyes, okay? And then we are going to do a bath. She's not going to put a topical on, so that doesn't matter. She's on a vet visit in a week with all the dogs, so she's going to reevaluate her flea issue at that time. But I did recommend that she goes home and checks everybody else for fleas. The bath, I let her dictate it. I could say, no, I don't want to do that, but I'm not going to blow dry. I'm not going to blow dry anything on the dog throughout my whole salon. We won't do that today, but I can contain a lot of stuff happening in the bathing room, in the tub. Not everything, because nothing's 100%, but I don't mind, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do that. If he had thousands of fleas, that would not be the case. We wouldn't do that here. If I'm rescuing an animal and I am like saying I am signing myself up for this, and I'm going to do that. But this is not a rescue animal. This is her own pet, a client's pet. So we want to make sure that we come in without fleas, and it's not her fault because nothing's 100%. She's on flea medicine, okay? And we saw fleas. So we only saw one. But it doesn't mean there's not more because I can't even see him again. Like he's here, but I have not seen him running around. They can hide really well. All right, so let's take the head down a little bit more and let's not waste our time any further. All right, so she wants the head shorter, so I'm glad she mentioned that so that I could do it right then and there for her. Fix it before she goes, okay? So I'm actually going to go 2 back. Not enough for me. I don't think it's enough. So we're going to get your 4 blade. We're going to do 4 back. so we're gonna go to the bath, and we're gonna dry with a towel, and then we're gonna be done from there. So you wanna touch up anything that you wanna touch up here before you go to that position. Here we go, let's go to the bath. Ready? Up.
now or after?
I'm not sure.
Coming back?
Possibly.
Alright, I'm gonna take you guys back to the table.
Burp. Thank you, Burp. Thank you, Burp. It was so cute. It was so cute. Such a cute burp. Say thank you. See you later. Right there on the bottom. gonna strip all this off. Woo! What's up today? Woo! We got $15 tip. Woo! 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 $15 tip. Woo! 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 Thank you so much for the tip. I appreciate you. Let me go wash my hands, and then I will be right back to talk to you guys. Thank you, customer service. It's just me and you guys. I hope today you enjoyed a much more quieter side of me, a more peaceful groom. I have different levels of energy, and I respect some of you guys out there in your comments. Some of you guys want to hear me talk a lot, and some of you guys don't. So I try to give you a varied approach to all the content we give you. Sometimes it's quiet, even though I'm jumping up and down, and sometimes it's not. So today's groom, if I may do a recap, that flea is somewhere in my room. That flea is freaking right here somewhere, but with all the pesticide I just sprayed or customer service sprayed while we were grooming, I'm sure we got a hold of it. You can do your own research, which you should. You should do your own research. It's so serious. Pesticide is so serious. We used, if you watched our TikTok on the kitten, if you watched the kitten that we rescued, I should say I rescued, because I picked up this kitten and alone, because that's what I do. Anybody else out there like that? You pick up the turtle that's in the middle of the road, take the turtle to the lake. You see a kitten, you see a dog if you can. I actually have learned some lessons with picking up stray dogs. It's really hard while you're like going to work and there's a stray dog. You know, it's really hard, especially if they don't have a collar. So you may or may not pick up on the way to work, but you might post in your neighborhood to help that whole scenario go along. You don't leave stranded, right? You don't leave the animal stranded as best as you can. But the cat I picked up, the kitten, right? The kitten I picked up, I knew what I was going to be working with. I knew that I was going to take ownership of this kitten. And it was infested with fleas. Infested. And mind you, in my opinion, you don't go and invite that animal into your whole house yet. You have to get containment of the fleas first. And so Dawn dish detergent is awesome as an initial bang, okay? As an initial bang to getting ahead of fleas. But it's not an everyday. There was a client who came in for grooming, and the skin and the body and the hair was so like dry, so chunky, crispy, dry. And I was like, what shampoo are you using, you know? She's like, I wash my pet in Dawn every day. I was like, oh, I said, oh, you gotta stop. It's really hard on the skin and the hair. But Dawn dish soap, whatever chemicals are in that, right, which is probably designed by a chemist. If you're in school and you wonder what you should be, please go be a chemist or a judge. But go be a chemist or a judge, okay? A chemist can do so many things, like design your lotion, design your makeup, design your dish soap, design your food. You don't know what I'm talking about? Do some research. Don't let us just speak from one person's mind and that's all you see. Do some research. Dawn dish soap is what they used with all the oil leaks that we had. Those big boats that leaked all those, sorry arm, that leaked all in the Gulf, all that oil. Dawn dish soap on the birds, it just peeled away that oil. Who remembers that? A lot of people didn't even see that. But you can't take, I don't use Dawn dish soap with clients' dogs. I mean, I just don't do that. The kitten was a rescue. Picked up this kitten, I knew that this was going to help. It was the only thing that worked, including the stuff you buy for fleas, whether it was the essential oil brand or the not. We tried all of it. There were so many fleas on that kitten. Dawn dish soap just smothered them, exhausted the fleas, I think suffocated them, and then they started coming off. Nothing was working on that kitten. So when you see a flea here, when you're grooming and you see a flea, you guys out there, you guys are, business owners or pet owners, you're doing your thing for your pet, or you're watching someone like me or many other people tell you kind of our experiences. And what I hate, right, is I've listened for many years, the client telling, I love to listen. I love to hear what you had to say and consider it. So when a client tells me on countless occasions, right, many clients over the years have said, I went to XYZ and we got fleas. Took me 6 months to kick it. When you have client and you start building your list, hopefully you're studying. Even when you think you're comfortable, you shouldn't be. You should be studying and being richer in your life so that you have a broad amount of education and experiences from other people's experience. Ask questions, right? You will broaden your scope of knowledge so that you can then prepare yourself and other people around you doing the same thing. We're all pet owners, right? Move forward from that. So and then when I decided 5 years ago, YouTube? You guys are here when I changed everything about fleas. It was a done deal. It was enough infestation in this. It was just enough. Enough was enough. And when you're running your own business, enough is enough. Whether that client never shows up 100th time and you're tired of them never showing up, enough is enough, and then you set some rules. You set some guidelines for yourself, for your business. It could be for anything. Enough is enough. I'm tired of dieting, right? Enough is enough. So when you get to your enough is enough, then you figure out where you need to go from there. And it may not look like what everybody wants you to do. Enough is enough. I'm done arguing with you. I'm getting my own place. Enough is enough, right? Enough is enough. So when you get to your enough is enough, and I don't know who this is for somebody because God put it on my heart, I guess. Because I've been saying it, enough is enough, a few times now. Whoever this is for, please take it and run. But enough is enough, because it's not about fleas. It can be, but this must be something deeper. Someone out there needed to hear this. Enough is enough, and then you need to do this. Enough is enough, then you need to set those standards. Enough is enough, you need to set your own standards and make your standards your own. Own them. When you mess up, you don't get to have a dessert. Like when you mess up, okay? Enough is enough. So when you have fleas and enough is enough, then in a business, you may change the way you do business. I had so many people when I first started grooming and sharing my grooms with you on YouTube tell me to turn clients in. Call animal control right now. That's animal abuse. I am so sorry. There's so much abuse in the world, like parents with their children. What is abuse? Is silence abuse? Is hitting abuse? How about leaving your car in 105 degrees till the animal, the child is dead? Is that abuse? Like, what is abuse? Is neglect abuse? If I listened to what everyone told me to do, I wouldn't be here where I'm at right now. And I always use this story to tell you guys. I had a very close friend. She's still a close friend now. And that same close friend told me some other things too that I'm like, if I believed everything I heard, I would not even try to go into business. But that close friend, not even your best friend will tell you what you need to hear. That they might tell you what you need to hear, but not even your best friend sometimes knows what's best for you. Only you and him know really where you're going to go and where you've been and what you're going to go through. even the closest friend sometimes is not what you need. You know how have you ever traveled somewhere and you find out like, wow, a stranger guided me through this path in my life? It wasn't even my closest friend. If I believed everything what everyone said, they would tell me, hey, Dee Dee, no one's going to want 1 hour grooming. No one is going to want private grooming. And I got to take it a bit further, like, whoa, I do both now. I'm not at the 1 hour, depending on the scenario. Especially after COVID, it just seemed just really heavy with people not getting grooms in. But 1 hour grooming, and now it's like private grooming. No one's going to want it. If I believed what everyone thought of, then I wouldn't be here where I'm at. But enough is enough. So when you're dealing with fleas. There was a time where enough was enough. And I remember, does anyone remember these stories? I've told you these stories so many times, you guys. But there's so many new people I have to repeat on live events like I am now. There was this time, you know, and sometimes people screw you over. How many of you guys have been screwed over? By someone you know? Someone you kind of thought you trusted? How many have been screwed over? And screwed over hard too, man. When they want to get you, man, they get you good, right? So another groomer, okay, referred business to me, which was, I appreciate you, and I gave credit back. Whatever you want to look at it like. 1, the type of referral it was. 2, what happened at the referral. 3, why did they refer? Man, sometimes they be just getting you good. What do I mean? So it was remember now, if you know anything about Dee Dee, if you know anything about me, I never just do one thing. I'm always got my head over here doing a bunch of stuff. I love real estate. I love grooming. I love helping people. It's what defines me. So I love giving a little bit extra of my time. I love emailing you guys and helping guide you wherever that might be. I love a lot of things. It is what builds you. What do you love, right? I love a lot of things. And anyways, I love referrals. Referrals are a way for you to gain business, but share business. So don't be greedy. I don't think people should be greedy. I think you should give in abundance. When you can give and when you are going to give in an abundance. So I had a groomer refer clients to me, happened to be on a Saturday, and here I was working 3 jobs, okay? So when someone tells me that they can't work 3 jobs, I'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't feel sorry for you. You know, because I did the Air Force Reserves, the Federal Aviation Administration, and I was starting my own business. So when you think you don't have time, or when you think that I'm not just hyper and high energy, all natural, then you have got a lot to learn about me. As I would say, share to anybody, don't talk smack about somebody you don't know. If you don't know, don't say anything. You don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, because I wouldn't do that to you. I would speak some truth, some facts. If that fact means you are, then I'm going to say it. But I was working 3 jobs, okay? And so this referral, I didn't need this referral. I'm going to tell you this, I did not need this referral. But I wanted to be there for this person. And so she referred me on a Saturday, same day. This was about 5 to 6 years into my business. This is in the beginning. This is before enough's enough. Everyone say, enough's enough. Write it in the chat for me. Enough is enough. So it was a Saturday. I got the client in the same day. He brought in 2 dogs. And this was my enough is enough. And let me tell you this story. It was 2... Gosh, what breed were they? I can't even remember. It was so long ago. Oh. Brittany Spaniels. 2 Brittany Spaniels, okay? Medium-sized dog. Each one probably weighed between 21 and 29. Not really 30 pounds, you know what I mean? Like that, just right at the edge of being like a big dog. Right at the edge of that. So the client, my groomer friend, says, hey, Dee Dee, I got a client I want to refer to you. Are you busy right now? Can you do these dogs? It was Saturday. And I said, no, go ahead. You know, do the referrals. Thank you so much. I'll give you a kickback. All right, cool. So I met the gentleman with these 2 dogs. And he happened to say, he just picked these dogs up. We've heard this a lot, right? This is not my dog. People, when they're embarrassed, when you're embarrassed, we lie. I don't really like to lie. I try to shoot it pretty straight, and if they don't like it, which a lot of people don't like the truth, then we just won't be friends. But I don't know that he lied. I'll just say, like, with what was happening, at the end of the day, I was thinking, these have got to be his pets. But I will never know unless I follow him home, okay? Or check him out on social media and say, does he post pictures of his pets? But anyways, my point is, don't assume. So in my mind, I was like, are these his pets? Does anybody know where this is going? Does anybody remember this story? So then, he meets me there. Same day. I don't know about you guys, but same day is really tough. Like, okay, let me stop what I'm doing and I will just be there. Or if I'm there already, let me just get you in. Like, same day for anything, unless you're a restaurant, okay? Same day service, you better come over and come eat some egg rolls. But if it's same day grooming, it's like, dang, we're already usually packed. Our schedule's booked. And then you want me to just squeeze you in there. But then be careful. I'm going to teach you right now. Be careful who you squeeze up in there, because whoever you squeeze up in there could come in with this many fleas. I'm about to tell you this. Squeeze you in there with all these fleas. Every time I make it happen, I always tell myself, man, I shouldn't have done that, because then he brought fleas. And then he brought ticks. Or shit, like, dang it. I always try to help out, and then when I do, I just get handed the wrong hand, right? They give it to you hard, too. Make your life so hard. So we meet there. He comes inside. The dogs are matted and in tough shape. We get in the tub. He didn't even leave. I had to have him standing there, because there was like thousands and thousands of fleas now. And all he wanted was a bath. He didn't want a haircut either. So we go straight in the bath, we loop up the dogs, and I'm getting the dogs wet, and I'm going, are you kidding me? I said, he's standing here, right? He's standing there. This new thing from 2020 didn't even exist, all right? We're standing there, and now we don't even know about, you better give me 6 feet. He's standing there on my old tub. Remember my old tub? Which I still miss, by the way. Nothing compares to that. Build your own tub, people. He's standing there and he's holding one of the dogs. We're like this and that. I'm getting them wet, and I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. Great balls of... There's thousands and thousands of fleas just flying off the dogs. Just literally, I was just like flying off of me, flying off of him. And at this time, I had no regs for fleas. No regs, no regulations, no guidelines. I just said, please don't come in with fleas. Okay, yeah, that went out the door. It was a firecrackers just popping everywhere. Just a flea party up in here. Enough is enough. That next day, I laid down the new flea law. Because what happened? This is what happened. It would happen with Prince a couple months ago, okay? Prince, the dog I groom a lot. When they bring in all these fleas, it went against everything I had told myself I would do for a client. It went against me providing a safe, clean, healthy environment for the animal I'm going to groom. And it went against the fact that I wouldn't even now know if your dog walked in right after that and there was fleas and it wouldn't, and I didn't tell you, or I didn't know, or it's up to me to make that call, not you or you or you. I have to make that call. And that call may not be loved by you or you. You don't have to love it. You're not here, and you don't have to go. I'm not sending fleas to you through the cell phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sending fleas to you. Are you itchy now? Stop itching. But you have got to make calls. So in my head, David's like, you going to go out there and talk to her? I was like, no, I don't want to walk out there right now. I could be walking and everything and transporting it all. That's how clean I am in my head. I'm like, no. I have a lot. Now I don't even want to move. I don't want to use my other brushes, because now everything needs to be detoxed, right? Just separated on retirement for a month to make sure no fleas. 3 months, 3 years. But do you feel me? That's kind of like heavy stuff, isn't it? It's really heavy. To make calls that people are not, even the pet owners sit there like, I don't believe you. I don't know if she believes me or not, but I mean, I have it on video. Thank goodness I record, right? Can't be making all this up. It's live. But anyhow, do you feel me? Not everyone is going to be a fan of what you do, and they might not even come back. I don't know, and I don't care. But what I do know is that the next groom is not going to leave with fleas. So with those spaniels, when that owner came in and we did all that baiting, we did all that, that flea shampoo didn't even touch those fleas. We used it, didn't do nothing. And if you get that bottle, make sure you read it. I know you guys are not reading the bottles. You don't even read what you eat. Read the bottle, okay? Don't come here and just assume anything. Read the bottle and know what you're working with. Even if you are going to use it, I'm not saying use it or don't use it. Don't take my word and misconstrue it. If you're going to use something, look at the bottle and be aware of what you are using. And then make a choice of what you want to use it or you don't want to use it. So when I started doing this, enough's enough, I started laying down some flea laws. Some of those flea laws have a lot to do with like, well, if you do this, you can't do this, or you shouldn't. You shouldn't do this. If you do that, you shouldn't do that. And if you do that, you should do this and this and this at the same time. And that's what you lay that down for the client who has fleas. Who was that gentleman who came? Asian father, pet parent was Asian. He stood on the big table and he held his dog, and his dog had a lot of fleas. He had no idea the dog has a lot of fleas. You know where we get that a lot? When you have a very mean dog. Can you believe, if you don't own a mean dog and you never owned a mean dog, can you believe when you own a mean dog, you can barely touch the dog at home? I know you don't understand, and it's okay not to understand. It's okay to admit I don't understand that. I've never been through that. I can't even fathom that. But you can't judge them for that. So that gentleman and his daughter went to college, and the dog's really her dog. When I met him, he was like, here's a list from my daughter. She's in college right now. And I read the list, and it was so cute. You know, Asian families really help each other out when it comes to English, big time. So help your family out. Help your people you love out if they don't understand something. He said, you know, but you know what? He has more education than me. Does everyone remember who I'm talking about? He has more education than me. He's really smart. Just because he doesn't speak fluid English in a without the accent doesn't mean he don't know more than you and I put together. So his daughter's in college, and she wrote out this like list, and it said everything to do. He could buy you for this. He could buy you for that. I wish I had that right now. He could do this, and he likes this. He doesn't prefer that. He doesn't want that. Don't do that to him, and don't try not to do that. And he don't like. One of the first things on the top of the 3 lines was he don't like that metal table. I was like, I have no other table for him to use, you know. I was thinking, and in my head I was like, he doesn't like the metal table where he was at. Sometimes it doesn't matter, you know, metal or black or white, or like I'm saying, because my black table and my metal table or a white towel, I'm just saying it doesn't matter. It matters where and who. But he came in with fleas, and he had no idea. Most people have no idea. And you can have no idea. Especially if you start wearing reading glasses. It's really hard to see close up things running around on your dog. Man, the older you get, some things are going to fail. Your vision, your hearing. I think smell's the last thing to go, so I can't say that. But I've had a lot of good chit chat with you today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I may or may not see you again. If I do, it may be tomorrow afternoon if I see you again. But I can't say thank you enough for being a part of my YouTube family, Facebook family, and TikTok family, Instagram. I love you guys out there too. Thanks so much for your love and for shopping with me at myfavoritegroomer.com, for chatting and being a part of what I do here. I'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Thanks so much. Have a good night. Bye. I got something else to say. Hold on. Let me see. I'll be right back. Pookie Puppy, you're too much. Pookie Puppy sent me this gift. I mean, she did say for me and customer service, so wow. Pookie Puppy, this is gorgeous. You know, I love fan mail, and this has got to be one of my most favorite gifts out there. If you want to send fan mail, you can send fan mail with the address in the description, or check us out at myfavoritegroomer.com. Email me and get our mailing address. But she's asking me to come out to the islands right now. I tell you what, Pookie Puppy, thank you so much for this gift. Thank you so much. I got it today. I have to say thank you. It's gorgeous. Can I leave this here? I don't want to leave it there, but thank you so much. I'll read your card here as well. Mahalo. That picture I just showed you is a local place known as Chinaman's Hat because of its shape, and it's actually called Mokalei, little lizard. The legend is that Hayeka, the goddess of hula, slayed a giant lizard and threw its tail into the water. Loved the colors of this print and hope you enjoy canvas art too. Much love and gratitude for all you do. God bless, Pookie. Thank you so much, Pookie Puppy. Woo! All the fans out there that's been following me for so long. Mahalo. Thank you so much for being a super fan and fans to my favorite groomer. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you tonight.